Do you have a fourth of an onion that didn't get eaten from taco night? Do you have white rice that you didn't eat from that takeout food? Or does your roommate keep cutting up peppers and keep forgetting that they're in the fridge? Well, you might be in the right place. Today we're talking about leftovers here on Central Cooks. Everyone has different opinions on leftovers. How much leftover food makes it worth keeping? Do certain foods taste better the next day? But today, we're going to be talking about what foods taste better cold and treat or trash. Today, I have with me Alec. So Alec, we have a list of foods and you have to decide if it would be a treat to eat cold or if you trash it. Today, we're going to start off with pizza.
Oh yeah, pizza is a must. You definitely have to have pizza because, I mean, it definitely hits different the next day. And also, like, it doesn't ever taste the same whenever you reheat it in the oven, so.
It doesn't. It just always gets soggy.
And
I know there's
also-
that, like, cup trick with the water to make it more firm, but I've never gotten it to work.
I've never heard of that before, actually.
I see it on a bunch of, like, life hack pictures from the internet, so I don't know how much I trust it.
See, with me, though, it just tastes better, in my opinion, just depending on, like, what kind of pizza you have, especially, like, barbecue pizza. I don't know if you've ever had that before, but let me tell
Maybe.
you, it's really good.
I don't think I'd want to eat frozen pizza that I've heated up cold, though.
Yeah, see, that'd be nasty, but if it was, like, Domino's pizza, that hits different.
It does. It really does. What about ramen noodles? Would you eat ramen noodles cold?
You know, I would have to pass on that one. I already
Yeah.
don't really like ramen noodles as is.
Really?
Fun fact.
As a college student, you
as a
don't like
college
ramen
student,
noodles?
Yeah, there's never really not my thing, and I can just imagine it being like a soupy sludge whenever you pull it out of the fridge. So it's not for me.
Yeah, I mean,
I have to pass on that one.
I feel like any noodles like reheated like the next day still aren't good, and even eating them cold,
Yeah.
sometimes it's not worth it.
Yeah, that kind of sounds nasty. I'm not gonna lie.
It
But
does. I
I'll have to
understand.
pass on that one.
Would you eat fried chicken cold?
Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I haven't done that before. Actually, it's usually just a patience thing for me, though. I'm very impatient whenever I'm hungry, so I just kind of like, not gonna microwave it. I'll just munch it down. But I may get salmonella, but in the end, it's worth it.
It's already been cooked once though, so you should be fine.
Exactly, full belly salmonella.
It's just that sometimes the breading gets a little soggy once it's been,
Yeah.
refrigerated for a little
That's true.
bit.
But you just pull off the breading, and then boom, you got
You
a
just got the
perfectly good
chicken.
slice of chicken.
Yeah, that's fair. What about Mexican food?
Okay, what Mexican food though?
Let's
we
start off
talking,
with
like,
tacos.
tacos?
Let's
Okay,
start off with tacos.
So I wouldn't do tacos actually because if you cook your own beef, whenever the grease all like hardens, it's all weird and gross and chunky. But if you have chicken, kind of like what we talked about the fried chicken, you can make chicken tacos again.
You can.
But with beef, I'm gonna have to pass on that one because that tastes really nasty.
I think it depends. You should probably drain the grease and then you just have like a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you season it right, you shouldn't be able to taste it too much.
I mean that's true, but if you're having it cold, the grease will just pile up and like be a glob. So
I
you'll just
don't
have
know,
a
I
glob of meat in your taco.
I just like see all like the little chunks just like already like forming. I
Yeah.
guess like being cold wouldn't be super good. But if you had like sour cream on it, it would already be cold.
True.
So like
you
would
could
you
just
even
hide
be
the
able to
taste
tell?
of it, honestly.
Yeah.
So.
But
I
what
mean-
about burritos? Like I know they're like sort of like tacos.
See, I do burritos, which is kind of funny because I wouldn't do tacos,
Mm-hmm.
but like if I had a chimichanga or something, that'd be right up my alley. I like that.
Are you thinking like
So-
hard shell tacos? Because I
I'm
know
thinking
like
soft shell tacos,
Okay.
honestly, because hard shell, I don't think it would reharden or be just as good as it was when you first got it.
I feel like it'd be soggy.
Yeah,
Just
I
you
don't
know,
know.
sitting with all the
yeah,
beef
kind of
and
like
stuff.
the what's called the chicken breading. I don't think it would work for it actually, because it would just be a soggy mess.
Yeah, probably would be.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe on that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a maybe.
I understand. What about French fries?
I've had French fries cold. I'm not a fan.
Really?
Yeah, because like how we've talked about with all the other ones, they always get really soggy and gross and weird and stringy, and they're just like a mashed potato that's
Mm-hmm.
still kind of like in the shape of a fry. And so, I don't know, they're just not for me, I don't think.
I like potatoes almost in any state, even if it's cold. Like cold French fries, like from McDonald's, like I still like those. I know a lot of people, once they get cold, they're just like, no, I will not eat
See,
them.
if I just got it from McDonald's and it turned cold, that's different. But if I pulled it from the fridge 2 days after I got it, then I'm not really a fan of it.
At that point, it's where I like snack on it at midnight, where I'm just like, I just want like a little snack. I just want like a little treat.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
It
But
does.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'll still have to pass on that one, just
Okay.
because from experience, I'm not really a fan of it.
That's fine. You don't have to eat any cold French fries. Well, thanks, Alex. We'll be right back with my everything in the fridge fried rice recipe. Okay, we have commercial.
Who says we can't know how a Civil War soldier felt, or what it's like to change the rules of the game? Ken Burns pioneered a new way to tell America's story. And only PBS gives filmmakers like him a place to push the boundaries of what TV can do. Give to this PBS station so stories like these are available now and for generations to come.
What if television could remember the heroes we honored, the music we danced to, the dreams we chased?
The hope still lives, and the dream shall never die.
No one tells our nation's story like PBS. Give to your PBS station and help bring America's story to life.
Welcome back. Today we'll be making my everything in the fridge fried rice. I call it the everything in the fridge fried rice because I literally look in my fridge and I see whatever leftovers I have that needs to be eaten, and I just throw it into a fried rice. So often what I'll do for my fried rice is I'll take an onion that's been sitting out on my counter, probably something that looks really sad, and I will start cutting it up. I will also include things like peppers. Sometimes I've thrown in tomatoes. I have snap peas sometimes. I typically don't add any eggs or any sort of protein. It's not because like I don't want them or like I'm specifically going for a vegetable fried rice. It's just that I never have chicken that's already been made, and I don't really want to cook chicken just to put into an everything in the fridge fried rice. This is leftovers we're talking about. I mean, sometimes my roommate, she'll make some chicken and she'll just like leave a little bit extra in a bowl, and sometimes I'll steal that, but it really depends. So for an everything in the fridge fried rice, I typically start heavy on the vegetables. So I'll make sure that all of my onions and peppers and stuff are cut up. What happens is my roommate will buy like a huge bag of peppers and they'll just start looking sad. She typically doesn't want to eat them because they start getting all wrinkly. They're still good though. You should still eat your sad foods. Your sad foods are still edible. You just need to make sure that there aren't any bad spots, and you can definitely cut those out. If you have any problem eating food that's maybe been sitting in your fridge too long, you don't have to eat them. But this is just a good way to start clearing out your fridge. So when you make that, typically I'll start off by putting a little bit of oil into my pan. I really like sesame oil. I've been really into that recently. I have a huge bottle of it that I'm trying to go through, but literally any sort of oil works. Oftentimes I used olive oil when I had that, but I ran out and I had to get something new, and sesame oil is really good. I would recommend it if you guys haven't tried it. I haven't tried coconut oil. I'm just not a real huge fan of it. If you like coconuts, this might be good for you because the sauce that we're gonna add on it makes it like a little sweet, but I try to make it a little bit more savory than on the sweet side. So what you'll do is you'll add the oil to your pan, and I start by adding all of the onions that I have pre-chopped and all of the peppers. I like trying to get them really, really, really tiny, small and thin. That way it cooks a little bit more evenly. I know I get really impatient when I'm cooking because, you know, I just want to eat. These are all leftovers. I shouldn't have to spend a bunch of time prepping. This isn't going to be a fancy meal. This is a meal for me. I don't need a lot of thought. I don't need a lot of bravo. It just needs to taste good. So once that's going, I typically start cutting up the rest of my stuff. So I have a carrot with me, and you want to make sure that you pre-wash all of your vegetables. So when I have a carrot, I try to make them really, really thin, so that way they cook a bit more evenly. And you'll just want to remember that carrots are a bit hard, so if you want your carrots to be a bit chewier than, you know, how they would be, you want to put those in first. I sort of like them being a bit more on the crunchy side, so that's why I add them later in. You just want to cut them as thin as you can. I know this is one of my thinner carrots that I had. I had a bag and they were all really sad when I looked at them. They need to be eaten. So I'll probably be making this fried rice a lot this week. Just really, really thin carrots. Also make sure not to cut yourself. I know this is a really small knife, but when you're cutting really thin, if you get your fingers too close, you could be in danger. I mean, not really danger, just gotta be careful. I know sometimes I get scared when I'm chopping things, especially with onions. I have the worst trouble with onions because like I start cutting it and then it just like starts falling apart. That's why I didn't cut it on camera for you guys today. Also, I didn't want to cry. I'm not crying in front of the camera. You guys don't need to see that. I have heard a trick that if you just put like a small moistened paper towel on the cutting board while you cut an onion, you should be fine. But I tried that and it didn't work, so maybe I just need to try it again. Or I should probably stop listening to the internet on cooking advice and just go with what I'm used to. So once your carrots are all cut up, you can add that into your pot. I was really lucky. I like going to the campus cupboard here on campus, and I got snap peas. They are one of my absolute favorite vegetables. Typically, I just eat them, you know, as a snack. But I thought since I had them, I might as well add them to the fried rice. I typically don't have them on hand just because I always, you know, forget, you know, that they're an option that I can buy. So I was lucky enough to have these, so I typically add them just a little bit after, because I also want them to be a bit more firm. And so we'll be waiting for that to, you know, cook and simmer. And at this point, if you have any frozen vegetables that you wanted to throw into your fried rice, now is the perfect point to do it because they're already cooked. They're just frozen. They need to be thawed out. And they're not going to take as long as anything that's fresh. So right now is a good time. You just want to sit back, let that cook out. Once that has gotten to your desired tenderness, that's when I add rice. Sometimes I have rice left over from other dishes because rice is a nice side to have. But sometimes I'll get takeout rice and I just never really know what to do with it. So this fried rice recipe is a good option for that, especially when it comes in such a cute little tiny container. Like it's almost a perfect serving for me. Maybe a little big. It depends on how much vegetables you add. I know this everything in the fried rice recipe is definitely catered to like my preferences, and it's never the same once I make it the next time. So you will cook out the rice, and while that is heating up, that's when you're going to make the sauce. So what I do is I want to make sure I have an even amount of brown sugar to soy sauce. And you want to make sure that that's all mixed up, and then you add that to your recipe. Typically I add a little bit of hoisin sauce, but I think I have decided that I don't really want that. So you make sure that everything's mixed up, and then you're all good. So once you have cooked your fried rice to your desired tenderness, all you have to do is put it in a dish and enjoy. So while I enjoy this, why don't you chill out while we take a short break?
I really do enjoy volunteering. I like to think that I have made a difference. That's enough. I don't need to be patted on the back. I've included my PBS station in my future plans. It's not a big gift, but something that will help them.
Consider including KMOS in your plans. For more information, call 1-800-753-3436.
Every little bit helps. If we can do a whole lot of little bits, then we've done a great service.
What if television could take us back in time, into the mind of a president?
This is our summer, Mr. Greatness.
And into the soul of a rebel?
I still got the world!
What if we could know how it feels to shoot for the stars, to witness the terrors of combat, and know the heartache of those left at home? And why can't TV remember the heroes we honored, the music we danced to, the dreams we chased?
The hope still lives, and the dream shall never die.
No one tells our nation's story like PBS. Give to your PBS station and help bring America's story to life now and for generations to come.
I know our parents always told us not to play with food, but today Alec and Shopa are encouraged to. They will be competing to see who can make the best sculpture out of leftover foods. Both contestants will have 2 minutes to design their sculpture using the ingredients presented. We have leftover pizza, some mashed potatoes, some carrots, some saltines, some jams, and some dry roasted peanuts. The rules are pretty simple. You must use all ingredients. You are not allowed to eat the sculpture, and you are not allowed to interfere with your opponent's building. Are you both ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go!
I don't know what I'm gonna do. This is, oh my god.
Yeah, you have so many options.
We're
like,
supposed to make something?
I honestly have
Okay,
no
okay,
idea what
okay.
I'm gonna do, but we're working here. We got this.
you do got this.
Do I have to use a spoon?
You can use your hands. We have.
Okay.
Don't worry, we have paper towels.
Do I have to use a spoon?
Okay.
I don't even know
Oh,
what I'm
God.
making.
I don't
I'm
even
making a
know.
pile.
So what made you think this?
Well, I know mashed potatoes is typically a staple of what I have left over because I can never make enough mashed potatoes, like the right amount to be a full serving for me or for other people. And so I thought it would be fun to sculpt out of that because I know a lot of people can do like some really fun mashed potato sculptures. And I thought it would be a challenge to make you guys do that too.
I don't get the jelly part. That I don't get.
You have that
Yeah,
left
I'm trying to figure
over.
out what I'm
I'm
gonna
not a
use the
big
jelly
fan
for,
of
quite
jelly
honestly.
or
Yeah, I'm
peanut
not
butter.
either. That's why there's so much left over.
Oh, the crackers. See, I'll eat the crackers.
The crackers are
I
good.
don't even know.
Oh man. I don't know what we're supposed to. I'm just gonna make a smiley face.
You guys are
don't
doing
even
pretty
know.
good.
What are you gonna make?
I don't know.
I'm not making anything. I'm just here to judge.
Dang.
I see you guys have all the ingredients except for the peanuts. Remember, those need to be incorporated into your competition.
We're getting there, ma'am.
Hey, you can't rush perfection.
You got 2 minutes, so I
You're-
will.
I don't even know what's happening, but you can't rush it. It's all about the process.
Okay.
Can I get a paper towel?
We have about 30 seconds.
We have 30
Yeah, we have
seconds.
30
Okay.
seconds. So you need
Hold
to start
up.
wrapping it up.
Yeah, I don't like being rushed.
Okay. In
But-
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Don't touch your sculptures. Wow. Both of your sculptures look amazing. I'm going to need a couple minutes to decide on which one wins. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go away.
I really do enjoy volunteering. I like to think that I have made a difference. That's enough. I don't need to be patted on the back. I've included my PBS station in my future plans. It's not a big gift, but something that will help them.
Consider including KMOS in your plans. For more information, call 1-800-753-3436.
Every little bit helps. If we can do a whole lot of little bits, then we've done a great service.
Okay, we're back. I've had a little bit of time to decide on who the best sculptor is. So, I think the winner of the first ever Central Cooks food competition is Alec. I sort of like how you separated them, how you made it look like we're at a restaurant. You
That
know,
is cute.
that nice little touch. The jelly definitely.
Mashed potato lobster?
Oh, it's a lobster. I didn't even notice that. That is great. So
Mine
congrats
just said
to Alex. I'm really sorry, Sho, but yours just didn't quite make the cut. Though it
Fine.
is also really nice. It was a really tough decision to make. So thank you, Alec and Shopa, for joining us today. Now that we've cleared out a fridge, we have room to fill up again. But next week, we'll be filling it with healthy foods. There are many ways to incorporate fruits and vegetables into your cooking and everyday snacking. The most important thing is to find a food you enjoy and to keep eating it. I know, like I said earlier, I really like snap peas, and that's what I typically eat as a snack whenever I can. So hopefully we'll be able to help you with that next week here on Central Cooks.